Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite. Welcome back to I swear I thought that was a real Hariyama for a moment. Welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. So, last time, I ran around this here Melee City for a while, and we did some things. I feel like I didn't actually make that much progress in that video, even though it went on for a while. I went into a bunch of the houses, and talked to a bunch of people, and let me see, I think I'm supposed to go, is the quest marker pointing back towards the library? Didn't I, like, finish in there last time? Am I losing my mind more than usual? I feel like I'm asking that more than I used to. Is that what it's like to get old? If I don't turn on a repel, there seems to be a Pokemon trainer up here, and I did not mean to activate you. I was just wondering what was, like, back here. So you're a janitor. Alright, let's fight a janitor. And let's see, what is this? Janitors usually have things like coughing and wheezing and that kind of thing. I don't know. Trubish, alright, I'll accept that also. I don't know if, did we add in a Alolan Muck, don't we? That was this generation and not the next one. Anyway, let me go and hopefully, what level am I? I'm level 30 somehow. Let's go and hopefully make quick work of you. Bubble Beam is a better water attack than I had for rather a while on Horsey over here. But, okay, yeah. I can't do, like, a ton of damage to you, but you can do even less damage to me, so I guess that it's all gonna work out. That's gonna be a... oh, great. Well, I'm gonna take you down anyway. Buffing your special defense by one stage is, isn't gonna be really make that much of a difference when you're in the red here. Alright, goodbye, Trubbish. And, was that the last... was that your only Pokemon? I think that was your only Pokemon. Oh, no, you got another one? Alright, well, we'll just keep doing this. We'll do the same thing. I see, alright, you've got two Pokemon, not the one. So another Bubble Beam. I don't know, should I have... do I have, like, a cross special or something like that? Should I have used a cross special attack and that one did a little bit more damage than the takedown did? Did you just outspeed me? Did you get outsped by garbage, sir? Horsey. I want to know what, like, your IVs are, because I feel like... I know Horsey isn't great on a good day, but I feel like that's a new low. I cannot wait until we evolve. When do we evolve? Level, like, 32, 36, something like that? It should be coming up. Not maybe immediate, but definitely on the horizon. Alright. Are there any more trainers out back this way? I see a Pokeball on the ground. That is an antidote. I guess if you found yourself on the losing side of a Sludge or a Sludge Wave or whatever those guys had, then you could maybe perhaps make use of that. There's some NPCs over here. I feel like this is not a battle. This is going to be some kind of, I don't know, side quest or something. Alright, I said we're about done, yeah? Let's call it a day and get on home. Yeah, that's an Alolan Grimer. Hey, what are you doing out here, kid? This is a restricted area. We're working here. Seriously, boy? Aren't you a Melee native? We are famous for our hospitality. Shh. And kids need to explore and see the world. How else are they gonna learn, I swear? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If that's really what you want, then I will tell this random trespasser about what it is we do here. This is gonna be a whole long thing, isn't it? This is where we take care of all the garbage produced in the Alola region, young man. We janitors work together with our Pokemon towards this goal. In fact, the garbage that the human workers gather is consumed by Muck and Grimer, like this one here. Our president here, besides me, has a Muck that can eat 10 tons of rubbish in a single day. Just think of that. Either we're talking about, like, neutron star material here, or this is, like, several garbage trucks full of garbage that a single Muck can consume in a single day. I feel like they didn't put a ton of thought into that number when they were doing the writing for this game. Though me and Grimer here are still just temporary contract workers. But isn't that an island challenge amulet you have there? I took on the trials myself when I was a kid, though it was a bit too much for me, and so I actually ended up giving up right away. Look here, kid. Seems to me that Muck's had a bit too much to eat today. How about you draw me in a battle and provide it with a bit of exercise to aid its old digestion? Yeah, we're doing this. Alright. I feel like Locke probably isn't really gonna actually accomplish much in this fight besides switching out, but let's see, who might I actually want to switch in? Janitor Shaven is her name? Oh, Sean. I thought that was a V, that's a W. Alright, oh, that is a Muck, that's not a Grimer. Anyway, so as promised, you're level 28. I think Locke is gonna go and switch out to I wonder... Dragon Rage probably isn't going to do that much, right? I feel like, probably. Fierce, I don't think can do anything. Let's see your, Headbutt, Dragon Tail, Brick Break. I don't know. I guess Headbutt can flinch you to death. Pico probably, honestly, is the best solution here. Alright. Leech Life, I feel like, won't really be doing a lot, even though that's probably my most interesting move. Fire Fang, yeah. Alright. Come on, Pico. You're going into, to face the pile of giant, all-consuming garbage. That feels like something that would have been like a horror, like, movie or comic book or something in, like, the 80s. So my special attack is falling. That's not really off to a good start. I've got Z Fire, right? Alright, should we start off by using that? I'm just gonna do this, and we're gonna go and see how much I can actually do to this thing with a Z move right out of the gate. So we're gonna go and do this. I think I'm gonna just cut out this big old long Final Fantasy summon animation. Alright, well, that did about half, and you're doing evasion strats. I hate you. Is it too late to start select Elendar in my game now? Can I just, like, not do this fight? Anyway, hopefully just one to minimize won't be that much of a problem. Fire Fang, if I could get a burn on you right now, that would be great. I got a flinch on you. Alright, just one more. Come on, Pico. And the Fire Fang lands. Excellent. And Muck is no more. Alright. So, Pico's going to gain enough experience for level 31. Log is going to gain something. I don't think he's going to gain a level out of that. Nope, not quite. He's probably pretty close, though. I was exercising to aid digestion, but you came at me full on. I feel like that's an attempted pun, but the pun just isn't very good. Not too shabby, just like I'd figured. You've got something in you, kid. Amazing, you even beat my my boss's Muck. What are you doing standing around like a lump? You're up next, you useless dullard. What? Me and Grimer? There's no way we could win against this kid. Alright, so... he's gonna give his kid a lecture, and he's really gonna go on for a bit. There's gonna be some family drama here, passing the torch, that sort of thing. We're gonna just go and fight the, what are you, an ace trainer? Alright, let's do this. Well, Pico did it, kind of. Blast it all. You! I'm sorry, Father. I really am just a weakling. You're hired. What? And I'm not your father. I'm your boss, and I'm saying you are hired, boy. From this day forth, I'm making you the head of the plant, and I won't hear another word of complaint about it from you. I feel like this isn't the healthiest family dynamic right here. You saw that this trainer was stronger than you or even me, and yet you and your Grimer went up against him with everything you had in you. That's what I've always wanted to see from you, that kind of persistence and drive. And that's why you and Grimer, alright. So, this is really, I feel like, not as clever as the game is trying to present it as being. But you're gonna give me a Twisted Spoon, which I guess is technically garbage in some sense. That's going to increase the damage done by psychic moves, isn't it? Alright, so you're going to retire just in peace and quiet, but something tells me it's not going to be that peaceful and quietful once, like, your kid gets home from work every day. Anyway, this is the Alola garbage plant, I guess, is the end result of all this. The recycling plant. Even the building itself is recycled? Nice. There are some interesting uses for recycled materials in like, large-scale, like, infrastructure that I've seen. Things like, what would be a good example? Like, I've seen that, sometimes, if you've ever seen, like, asphalt, road pavement, like, sort of glittering, I think that's usually, like, ground up bits of glass from old glass bottles that they decided to, like, use to fill out the bulk of, like, the asphalt instead of sending it through the recycling plant.
Hey.
This is Professor Oak, by the way, who I haven't really been listening to because I've been thinking about Glittering Rose or something. I don't know where this is going. It's like almost midnight right now, and you can actually tell I'm recording this in the middle of the night because it's actually daytime in the game right now instead of nighttime. What did you give me? Why am I doing this instead of sleeping? Ironically, I feel more awake now than I have in the last several of these videos. I think I pointed that out in the last video that I sounded tired in recent Pokemon Ultra Moon videos, and then I feel like I sounded tired in that one too. I don't know if it was as bad. I don't know if it's like something that people would necessarily pick up on unless it was like drawn out for an extended period of time. But yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes like I go into a recording like feeling like this is gonna be a good recording, and then for whatever reason the entire recording session is like I feel like I'm like a half step behind everything that happens. But so far today doesn't seem like that, which is good. There's nothing back over here, right? Doesn't look like it. I was thinking about like a sticker or something, but I didn't actually see any shining. I'm gonna go back to the Pokemon Center to heal because I think I need that. Hang on. Alright, great. So I think now it's time to actually go in the direction of the library, which is apparently where the game is telling me to go. I thought I was already in here in the end of the last video, but it looks like I'm not because the quest marker is just like here. Anyway, anyone is welcome to read books here at the Melee Library. Yeah, I don't know why I talked to you. That's pretty much what I would expect a receptionist at the library to say. Alright, you are gonna tell me about Fly and Johto, and that's not a HM anymore, but on Charizard, or with the ride page, yeah. No more HMs in this generation. I think this was the first generation where that was true, wasn't it? But you're gonna give me the TM for Fly, just in case I want to use it anyway. Alright. Nobody on my team currently can learn Fly. I will be able to have one of my Pokemon learn Fly eventually, but that's gonna be a while, I think. Let's see. Oh, Professor Oak, you keep showing up. What are you? Are we on like a Professor Oak scavenger hunt? Do I have to like keep running you down? Is this gonna be like the Yucine side quest in Heart Gold and Soul Silver? You're out and about exploring the world on your island challenge. You must already know about regional variants. Yes, I've run into quite a few of those. So what about them? They arise when the influences of a particular region cause Pokemon's physical aspect and even type to change. If you have a local Persian, the regional variant, I would quite like to see it. Alright. So as it happens, regional variants are something they started doing in Gen 7, and this is a lot more like evolution than evolution in the Pokemon sense, because you have organisms adapting to their surroundings in a way that you would see in like Darwinian evolution. But instead we're calling it something completely different because why would anything be straightforward? Anyway, Lily, you are looking for a valuable book? Alright. Have we been introduced to you yet? I think we have. Is this what you're looking for, Princess? Alright, I take it we haven't been introduced yet because your name tag is question. Give it a read. Of course, yes, I would definitely read a book given to me by a weird stranger in a patchy, sort of handmade-looking dress like that, without question. Anyway, it's titled The Light of Alola. It's just, I'll read it out loud, shall I? The empty sky bore asunder, a hole appearing where there had been none. A single beast appeared from it. Its name was the beast that calls the moon. The king of Alola bowed before it, the beast that stole all heaven's light. The island guardians fought aside it, but even in the end they lost the fight. Oh, am I supposed to be reading this like poetry? Then did the beast that brings the dark cast its paw on the line of kings. So would the beast that had won mark the path. So would the beast that had won mark the path for all such finished things. This is hard. Beast of the sun and beast of the moon, through their union they brought new life. A frail heir in Alola born, the island guardians would keep from strife. The ancient kings sang their thanks for Lunala with a song of flute. Two tones rang out across the altar, a perfect pair, ever after mute. Isn't it great? My dad's books are all great. What? I mean, yes it is, but when you say your father, isn't this book, like, very old? Yeah, it belonged to my dad. I don't even look it, but my family used to be pretty much royalty. Ace Rolla, that's your name. Alright. Not the one that I'm used to, like, seeing on YouTube, but different Ace Rolla. Anyway, I had to have all my dad's books moved here so they didn't get ruined by the Pokémon. I can tell you lots of old stories about Alola too, you interested? Well, that would be wonderful. I would be delighted if you did. I think I'll stay here, but I know why you've come to Ula Ula. You'll be going... You'll be undergoing another trial, won't you, Drago? Good luck with it. I read that Ula Ula Island's electric-type trial can only be reached by the bus on Route 10. Alright, so that's going to be our next destination, I guess. Do either of you say anything else if I talk to you? Alright, Mount Hokulani. Someone mentioned that recently. With a few steps in a bus ride, that is, you can catch the bus from Route 10. Lily? Alright. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And I feel like that was honestly a little bit anticlimactic. I was expecting more out of that with the amount of build-up that was leading to bringing us to the library. Anyway, it's only by reading some really terrible books that you learn to recognize the good ones. Oh, so that's why they had us read Romeo and Juliet in high school. I understand now. Alright. Lord of the Flies, it all makes sense. It's wild. I legitimately don't know anybody who liked Lord of the Flies, even people who enjoyed English class in high school. I don't know any English teachers who enjoyed Lord of the Flies, and yet they just have to teach it anyway for some reason. It's honestly kind of bizarre. Pretty much nobody thinks that book is good. Pretty much nobody thinks it's, like, an accurate representation of how, like, humans work. And yet we're stuck with it in high school anyway, because reasons that nobody seems to understand. What is this? This is going to be Route 11. Should I come out this way before going up Route 10? I guess I might as well. I'm here. We'll do it. So, you are not a trainer. Oh, are you just gonna, like, heal my Pokemon if I come back here? I guess that's useful. Let me go and... Oh, I only have 7 Super Repels left. I should probably go and buy some more. I'm gonna go put on a Super Repel. And we're gonna go take a big mushroom off the ground. We're gonna go fight. You've evolved from a swimmer, so I'm a hiker who can swim. But you're not gonna fight me. Alright. Rotom. What? Hello? Oh, is that one of those Rotom power things? I don't remember how that works. For some amount of time, I'm gonna get more reward money from battling. You're a trainer. You're a double battle by the looks of it. Let's do this. I was hoping you were going to use Quiver Dance, and then you did it anyway. And I guess I survived because Fire Fang is just good enough for that. Alright. The path forks. Is it going to be like... Is it going to matter, or are all paths going to end up going in roughly the same direction anyway? It looks like that's what's going to happen. TM74 Gyro Ball. Alright. I don't think anyone who I have can learn TM74 Gyro Ball, but I will have a look anyway. Where are my TMs? My TMs can be found here. Gyro Ball is down at the bottom. Nobody on my team yet can learn it. Yeah, I pretty sure I recently went through my list of TMs to check for compatibility, and everything that I wanted to teach someone has already been taught. Alright, you are also not a trainer. Those leaves, what about them? In the Kalos region, there are Pokemon with those leaves in their mouths. What, these? I'm drawing a blank on what you're referring to. Anyway, you are a trainer. Alright, little kid. You're messing around, are you? I actually hit 4 out of 4 times through paralysis there. That's uncharacteristically lucky. Let me go and get rid of that paralysis. Alright, so I like to dunk on Romeo and Juliet. I should probably be, like, at least a little bit nice to certain, like, Shakespeare stars. I did not enjoy Shakespeare when I was in high school. Now that I'm old, yes please. Now that I'm old, I can at least, like, understand why people like most of it. I still do not like Romeo and Juliet. As far as I can tell, the main, like, moral in that story is, like, this is why you don't let teenagers make major life decisions. Because, like, if the adults in that story just didn't do that, like, the whole play would have been a non-issue. What are you doing? I am not entirely sure what to make of that fight. Oh, the Beware is the master, and the black belt karate guy is the student. Alright. My brain is like... I was not sure which dialogue was supposed to be coming out of which character's mouth right there. Alright, so I have proven my strength or something like that, and master's techniques. What are these? Are you gonna give me TM66 payback? Alright. Can anybody on my team learn that? I do not know that TM compatibility off the top of my head. Yeah, good for Pokemon with low speed. Can Foos slow that? Foos is definitely on the slower side. I probably should run back to someone who can heal me after this. Let's see, that'll be at the bottom of the list here. Yes, Foos can learn that. So anyway, back to Romeo and Juliet. Like, people with more historical knowledge than me have informed me that, like, even by the time of Shakespeare, 16th century London, the whole premise would have been a little bit, like, ridiculous. The problem here is, I guess I'll get rid of Headbutt, because it's a normal type, and Payback is at least a, typed damage. Actually, you know what? In terms of type coverage, Shadow Claw, Dark and Ghost are the same, identical. So I'm gonna go and get rid of Shadow Claw in favor of Payback. Anyway. And, I don't know, there are other points to be made in Romeo and Juliet about the whole, like, feud thing that nobody could remember how it started, and... I think that's a little bit on the ridiculous side too, at least by modern standards. I can't really empathize, identify, or get behind any of that, and you are indeed gonna heal me. And, like, there's just so many other better stuff I would have rather read in English class in high school that wasn't that. Anyway, rant for another day. Let's keep going down this way, and we have a guy doing sit-ups? Alright. Yeah, that's one of the things, one of the little overworld idols that certain trainer classes will do in this game. Alright. Let's do those numbers. Let's do these numbers in our heads real fast. So, Vital Throw, 60 power fighting type move. I want to say it's one of those moves that's like guaranteed to hit, but it always goes last or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's 60 power. Same type attack bonus from Hariyama, 90. You use Belly Drum, which is going to 4x your attack, raise your physical attack by 6 stages. That's going to go up to 360 power on that move. You scored a critical hit, which in this generation is 1.3x, and this is where I'm actually gonna have to think about it a little bit. I want to say that's about another, like 100 power or so on top of that. We'll call it 460. And there is a chance that you actually had the Guts ability, and I paralyzed you, which would have set it off, which would have been another 1.5x. 230, that's 690, almost 700 points of power, possibly behind that Vital Throw. That hit me right there. That is possibly one of the hardest hits I have ever taken in a Pokemon game. Like, in Gens 4 and earlier, the move Explosion would have 250 power, and it would do the damage calculation as if your defense was cut in half, so it was basically 500 power. That was almost 50% more powerful than that. Can you just imagine what it would have been if you had the type advantage too? Just doubling that again to like 1400 power or so. I need to go and heal. Right, so I think we've gotten healed. I think Struan might still be a little bit sore from taking that hit, but we're going to move on. Alright, so let's pick up that. That's a quick ball. And if we throw that on the first turn of battle, it's going to have an elevated catch rate, which might or might not be useful when I run around trying to catch stuff at some point. That was a big mushroom, which is a selling item, and you appear to be the person who's going to tell me to turn back. I haven't earned my Electrium Z. No, alright. Take the bus that leads from Route 10 and complete the trial that awaits you at the top of Hokulani Observatory. So that's what we're gonna... No. Alright, didn't want to do that. Turn around. I wish we didn't have to go through the sequence every time. Anyway, so I think I'm going to end this off here, and next time we will go and ascend the mountain, and we'll go and probably fight another totem. I don't remember exactly how long it takes to get up there. Yeah, I think I'm good for now. I don't remember exactly how long it takes to get up there, but we'll probably make some good progress towards that. My name is Dragonite. This has been Pokemon Ultra Moon. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.